we are finally here. I know I'm oh so late, but we are finally here to review the Fantastic Four. Y'all give it up. If you don't already, get your popcorn. This is not going to be long because there is not much to dissect here. Um, so this is the Fantastic Four, a movie that has been done over the past 15 years, maybe like 3 times. And this is like the third, I think it's the third time that they redid the movie. Michael B. Jordan had he was in one iteration in the I think in the early 2010s or something like that, where he played the Flame. And then before that you had the classic one with Jessica Biel and that other guy. You had a couple people in there. That's the throwback old school one. That's the one that kind of like when you initially think of the Fantastic Four, you think of that one. So give it up for that one. That's like I think that's around the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire area. Give it up. Give it up for that. Give it up for that era. Right? So first and foremost, of course, I want to apologize because I'm so late. I haven't uploaded anything or done anything on the channel in 6 months. A lot has changed. I don't want to say a lot. I just want to say that my life has changed, and we might get into that more later. Um, but just know everything is okay, man. Everything is good. I'm still here, and we're gonna keep watching these movies. Now I am late on this movie, and it's because, and I normally, not normally, but growing up, I was a huge movie fan in the sense of I was an imitator. I would imitate what I saw. So movies was honestly my first love out of anything. Movies was my first love, and maybe music was my second love, and then women. But anyway, let's get back on topic. Um, so I say that to say I haven't been on movies as much. I have another channel called JStream. If you don't know about that, man, find out about it on JStreams. I basically just stream games. Okay, so I stream games. Why? What does this have to do with anything? Back in the day, games were just games, right? It was just games. But now, games are freaking movies. Games are movies where you get to not only be entertained by cinematics like what you see here on the screen, like literally you can see stuff like this in a game, but you also get to interact with it real time. I.e., The Last of Us, okay? And I'm just giving you that as an example if you want to go look it up. You know about The Last of Us. It's a TV show now. I think we talked about it. That was a game first before it became. They're writing movies and making them into games. That's what they're doing now. So that's what I do over on J Streams. If you're interested, go check out the gameplay. If you're just interested in the movie, stay right here. Make sure you subscribe. Help me get this watch time up over here because we are still going to be over here, okay? So give it up for that. Now let's start to get into it. I'm just telling y'all where I have been at and why I really haven't been on the movies. I literally just watched this movie tonight, man. And it was a good freaking movie, man. It was good. There's not much to dissect about it, like I said. Basically, kind of predictable. But honestly, still, like, and it might be predictable just because we've kind of seen it before already with, because the Silver Surfer was in the OG one. I don't remember who the villain was in the Michael B. Jordan one. I don't. Um, it might have been the same dude, but the Silver Surfer, is the Silver Surfer. I don't know if they changed details up or not. They might have. I don't know. Um, but I knew that at the end, the you know, should this be spoiled? Man, this ain't gonna be spoiler free. This is spoiler. I knew she was going to perish in the end. I knew she was. I didn't know the young lad was gonna bring her back to life, but I knew she was gonna. I knew like things would unfold exactly the way they did. But it's nothing wrong with that when you are actually when it's married with excellent, the way you write it, right, the way that it's presented, um as far as like the visuals, the way it's shot, um you know what I'm saying? And it's still a surprise even when it happens, when it still feels like a surprise even though you knew it was going to happen. I ain't gonna lie, when you don't know it's going to happen, it's even better. But you can know something is going to it can be predictable but still be good, and this movie pulls that off, so give it up for that. With my guy, man, what's my dude name? He was in The Last of Us, the TV show. I can't remember his name right now. I know y'all gonna beat me up for that because he's going crazy right now. He's in everything. But you can't lose with him. Oh, you can lose with him. But you can't lose with him because we watched that first season. What it was, the first and the first part of the second season with him in it, and then when they got him up out of there, everybody just was up in arms. Just like that's exactly how I went with the game. Though I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Almost the exact same thing that happened with the game or with the TV show is exactly what happened in the game. History repeated itself, but even in a worse way because even the characters they feel like weren't represented or given justice in the show the same way they were in the game, i.e., Abby. It looks like a puny, nothing. Now, granted, that lady's a good actor. That young lady's a good actor. But I wish they would have got somebody that more physically fit that character. But anyway, let's get back on track, man. Fantastic Four. Nine times out of 10, you can't lose with Pedro Pascal. Ew, the name just came to me like that. Oh my gosh. Nine times out of 10, you cannot lose with Pedro Pascal. And everybody else really didn't have much to do but just to act. Now, Robert Downey Jr. here, the Robert Downey Jr. vibes, I don't know, is it just me? Because I asked my lady if, don't that look like Robert Downey Jr.? The Flame On guy. Doesn't that look like Robert Downey Jr. with blonde hair? And she was like, she don't see it. Bro, I can't unsee it. Maybe it's because all she sees in her head is old Robert Downey Jr. with glasses and wrinkles. When I think of Robert Downey Jr., I think of Iron Man 1. I've seen personally, I'm a movie connoisseur. I want y'all to know I'm a legit movie connoisseur. I have seen Charlie Chaplin. I've seen his portrayal of Charlie Chaplin. I've seen it. This dude looks so much like Robert. Like, he don't look like his twin. They just look like they're related. The facial bone structure is like the same. But Robert Downey Jr. played that. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know what his name is. Robert Downey Jr. He played that role pretty well. Of course, we have our. Now, I recognize this lady only from one place. I haven't really watched a whole lot of movies with her. I recognize her from Mission Impossible. She played like a. She was kind of a bad person, like a villain kind of. She wasn't a top villain, but she was just like, you know, she played that role. That role. She was bad though in that Mission Impossible movie. It was she was in the same movie that Henry Cavill was in. The same Mission Impossible movie that Henry Cavill was in, I believe. That's the year that they were just promoting it. But Jesus out of that out of that Mission Impossible. I don't think I'm gonna backtrack on this channel though. I'm not gonna do like reviews of like old movies. I'm we're gonna just keep moving forward, man. You know what I'm saying? The classics are the classics. Y'all know what they are. If you don't, you need to find out. Maybe I'll do a top 10. I might do top 10s and stuff like that. I might do that. Instead of like doing whole reviews on old movies. We might do a top 10. We might do a act like like top actors, top movies, and all that. But let's get back on here, right? Bro, he looks so much like Robert Downey. But anyway, the thing just had to be the thing. See, it wasn't a lot of hard stuff they had to do in this movie to make it work. The thing had to be the thing. Flame On had to have like a little bit of eccentric, a little bit of a hole, a little bit of like cheeky, a little bit of this, a little bit of that type of personality. My guy pulled it off. Dr. Stretch, he had to be the responsible one. Pedro Pascal, he is the manly, authoritative, like just the man's man. So he was the perfect role. And she really didn't have to do much, honestly. The wife, the mother, she didn't have to do much but just be a mother. She just played a very maternal role and she did well. Now, I ain't gonna lie, that's all I gotta say about this. Bang! If you haven't seen it, take a look at it. It's on Disney Plus. It might have just dropped on Disney Plus this weekend, I think. Um, it's a good movie. Before we go, let's talk about that end credit scene. Excuse my language, the end credit scene was lame as hell. I ain't gonna lie. But it's fine. The end credit scene is just an end credit scene. It was weak, but it was like it was basically just waving the same thing in our face that it's been waving in our face. Avengers Doomsday with Dr. Von Doom, who is going to be played by none other than Robert Downey Jr. So you can have Robert Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr., Pedro Pascal. It's gonna be star-studded, man. And they spoke. Oh, let's talk about it while we're here. My guy, Jonathan Majors, is supposed to be coming back as Kang the Conqueror. Allegedly. Talk about a redemption story. Let me tell you something, man. I'm so sorry for not showing this channel as much love as it should have been shown because I love the vibes over here. It's very simple. Man, we talking about something, man. Movies. My first love. Man, I love this channel, yo. I'm at J Streams most of the time. J Streams is kind of like up and running and rolling. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like going crazy, but each month the channel grows in a different way. All right, I've been focusing on J Streams, trying to make it just trying to make it like a dope channel, and it's really, I ain't gonna lie, it's getting there, man. It's really getting there. I would advise anybody that ends up coming over here, I would advise you, if you are interested in media, period, go over to J Streams. I think the handle is J Streams 23, JayStreams 23. Put that in. And, matter of fact, youtube.com/@JStreams23, and that'll take you right to that page. This page is at JayFlix23. So I kind of keep them all in the same bubble. But yeah, man. I'm always on the internet, man. At least every week, at least once a week. If I'm not over here, I'm definitely gonna be at Jay Streams. But we're gonna try to do as much as possible as we can on this channel right here. I love movies. I ain't really never stopped watching movies. I just watch movies, games, cinematic games. That's really the only type of games I play. I only play Five Nights because that is like a part of a theme on my channel that kind of helped to get it where it's at. So I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Five Nights at Freddy's, which is not a cinematic game. Maybe it is kind of like the newer ones, but the older ones is what people still love. But I do a lot over there, man. I do a lot, and it's in the same realm, like in the same like lane as what we doing here. Media, entertainment, and I love music too. So man, I'm into really all of the main media stuff, man, and man, we just gonna try to go big and in 2025, 2026, and really take all of this where it needs to be. But that's all I got to say about the Fantastic Four, man. I appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. This has been another banger. Until next time, y'all be easy.